What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Natty Boys Podcast. I am your host, Wayne Gaines, and I'm with my co-host, World 2021 World WNBF World's Champ. Sorry, Dirk Emmerich, Mr.
Welcome,
Ready Too
guys.
Early, man.
Not this time.
What's up,
Anyway,
man? It's been a while since we did an episode, guys, and partly I want to say it's my fault because I've been struggling the past like 4 weeks with this diet, with this prep. But now we're about. I'm 2 weeks out. Dirk, how far are you up?
and we are nearly at the 5 week mark. I think it's like 5 weeks and 6 days now. Yeah, so
It's game
the
time,
5 week mark.
baby.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm 2 weeks out from WNBF Natural Mania Pro Universe out in White Plains, New York, and I'm feeling a lot better. So that's why I was getting to say,
Awesome.
this part of the
Mostly
day.
because of the sleep, right? You fix the sleep
Yeah,
schedule. That's key,
so
man. It's
many
key.
things that I went through that changed, and or that the changes we made that kind of helped this digging part of prep, right? The last, I guess, 4 weeks leading into this show. So man, yeah, where do we even start, man? Here, what about you? What's new with you, man? It's been a while. I know
Oh,
we talk every
yeah.
day, but the
I
viewers
think
haven't seen us in a while.
Yeah, man. I think so. Like the last time we did a podcast was like still within like off season, right? Within off season for me at least, I think.
Yeah,
So
yeah, but yeah. Well, we had guests on like maybe 4 weeks
yes.
ago, right? So we were probably like 10 weeks. I think I was 10 weeks out around that time.
I think so. And I think I
Yeah,
started prep. Yeah. I
yeah,
don't know. I think so. I started. No, I didn't even start prep there. It was still off season, I think. So
yeah.
yeah, a lot of updates. So yeah, man, like prep for me is going very well. So it's definitely much easier than my first prep in 2021. Just because I feel like, yeah, got all the experience from 2021 and I had to get shredded twice, right?
Oh,
So
damn.
that was the thing. And
Wow.
now it's much easier. Like I have a good routine, it's good structure. I focus a lot on my sleep. So I do the same what you're doing now, like 2 hours before sleep or 90 minutes at least. I stop screen time. I read a book and just wind down. This makes a huge difference. And I feel much better. Like I think within prep, the leaner we get, the less, yeah, the more we need to live like a monk to some extent because with shitty sleep or a lot of stress, our body is getting so much more of a hit. We can't withstand as much. So we're getting more and more fragile. So I think everything in our control, yeah, we need to nail. So, and you took out the caffeine completely, right? So
Yeah,
no
yeah,
more
yeah.
caffeine.
I'll talk about I mean, I think for you,
Yeah.
it's been a lot like more smooth than it has been for me. For me, shit, I started feeling it like energy levels drop at like 8 weeks out.
8 weeks out.
So
Oh,
about 6 weeks ago, and it wasn't that crazy. Until like maybe 7 or 6, I started feeling like really like the energy levels really drop,
I just don't
and
want to move,
then
right? Like,
yeah, and then about 5 weeks out, yeah, like 4 or 5 weeks out, Berto, we wanted to start the digging phase, right? Because we were just kind of cruising, just kind of letting things come to us, and we were just holding like, I think I was weighing 154 for about like almost 2 months. So we were just kind of like chilling, not touching the macros or anything. And then 5 weeks out came, and I think in between 4 and 5 weeks out came, and I got that update, and then he was like, "Let's time to dig." So we dropped calories from our normal 1900 to 2000 range to 1400 to 1600. And so, I mean, of course, like anyone else would, I feel like Berto told me that, on days, do the 1400, stay on the low end when you can. And if you feel like crap, obviously add a little bit more calories and stay on the
yes.
higher end. But of course, me being me, I want to, I'm just ready. So
Oh,
I went straight to the 1400, and
yes.
as well as that was a big change. And then caffeine was a big change. So we went from like taking, I want to say like 500. I don't really know the exact amount, but if I had to guess off the top, like probably like 500 milligrams, because I would drink like a cup of coffee in the morning before I train. It's always before I train clients, because I don't want to be like super zombie mode when I'm training clients. Also
Oh,
because
I understand when I did personal training, I needed some caffeine before because otherwise you're like a little groggy doing
yeah,
this.
exactly. And then when I'm at the studio and if my boss is there, I remember like last prep I was doing
Yeah.
that, and I was like I was dying way more last prep. So like he noticed, and he was like, you can't be like that like when there's clients, because obviously they come in there, right? You have to train them, you have to have energy, right? And I'm over here like
Yeah. They pay
yeah,
you and
like
stuff.
low
So
energy. Yeah, yeah. You have to be
especially with
like
outside, it's hard. Online training, I feel it's easier. Like
yeah,
there's like time
exactly.
it better. You sit and you again you can time it like I time like my check-ins and stuff when I have the most energy. It's in the
Yeah,
morning usually.
yeah,
I
yeah.
wouldn't do it in like late evening because
Exactly, exactly. Yeah. And so
yeah.
for personal training in person, I can't really, it's usually when before people go to work, like really early in the morning, and then when people get out of work after 4 p.m. to like maybe 8, 9 latest. So
Yes.
yeah, like I was saying all that to say that like I was drinking coffee in the morning, like a cup before I train clients, and then when I train around like 12 p.m., 11, 12 p.m. So then
Yeah.
I'll take like pre-workout, and my pre-workout has like 250 milligrams per scoop. So I was eventually I started doing like a scoop and a half. So yeah, that's probably like what, like 350 around milligrams right there. And then 2 or 3 cups of coffee a day, because then I'll do another cup of coffee or two before I train my evening clients, depending on. And so that was a lot of caffeine. And for someone that doesn't take caffeine regularly, like when I'm not in prep, I don't drink. Oh, the only caffeine I drink really is just pre-workout, and that's it. I don't drink coffee.
Yeah, same for me. Yeah.
And so yeah, that was like a thing. So I was getting really good highs, obviously, from the caffeine. I'll get good caffeine jolts, but the
Yeah.
lows were like super low. And I think that was like the big thing with my energy levels. So Bruno
Yeah.
told me to take that out completely. And I did.
Yeah.
And in the first few days after that, it was rough. Like I was getting withdrawals, headaches, real bad headaches. Training, oh man, training was rough. I have the vlogs on it coming out soon.
How is your training feeling now without any
Now it's
pre-workout?
decent. It's decent. I can't say
Yeah.
like I'm because nowadays I don't even feel like super, like I feel like I'm not recovered sometimes, some days. So
Oh,
like
damn.
yeah, because we're just getting deep, you know what I mean? If I go too hard, it's like I'm not recovered. The next day I'm just super sore, especially with the lower body. I have to be real careful because for those of you that don't know, I freaking tore my hamstring in the beginning of prep, like right in the beginning of prep. So
Mm.
I'm still, I got over it, but like it's still
Gotta be
when
focused.
I go hard, like when I get like a good session, like my left hamstring, exactly where I tore it, starts to get super sore. So I get scared. So I have to like really be on the defensive end with training. So I'm not really like, I'm going hard relatively, right? Like upper body, I could do my thing, but for lower body, it's a little bit
Be a
it's
little
tough.
conservative with it, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
yeah.
tough. It's tough, like trying to figure out like a good common ground. I think I'm there, but like yeah, it's tough. It's tough because you always want to push hard, but then it's like I do not want to get hurt this far
Yeah,
out. So
especially on February, way more fragile. It's like so much easier
yeah,
to get in.
yeah. And at this point, it's like how much muscle would I even be gaining, or you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's
it's just
only gonna be
muscle
another
maintenance at that point. Yeah.
yeah. So it's like more just staying on the defensive end and training, um, and pushing it when I guess when it makes sense, when it feels good. And that's how
Yes.
it's been lately with training and nutrition. Now really good. So we made another change recently
Oh,
because of that first change, right? The
yeah.
1400 to 1600 calories. What I did, because Berto just wanted me to hit I think it was 150 to 180 grams of protein, and then just fill in the carbs and fats.
Yeah.
So obviously I'll stay on the high end of protein because I thought that we kind of needed a lot of protein to retain muscle, but in fact you don't really need that much protein to retain muscle, right? So
Yeah.
so yeah, the change we did last week helped so much because I was dying for the first 2 weeks of
Yeah.
the drop, because what I was doing was no very low carbs. I think I was doing like anywhere from 80 to like max 120, but I wasn't even going near that.
Oh,
I was
that's
staying I
super
was staying
low.
under 100, and then my fats were like 20 to 30, and then I would get like 180 to 200 grams of protein. So if you see my meals, it was like a typical like depletion like phase meals where it was like just high protein, just vegetables, and then fats are pretty low. And that's what I was doing for like the past 2 weeks until last week. Berto was checking. We made a change where he was like, "Yo, just bump up the calories a little bit, bump up the carbs and fats a little bit, and then lower the protein." So my protein now is like around 140 to 160, and I've been staying at like 150, and I upped the fats. So what I've been doing is been implementing 2 meals of steak, like fatty steak, like New York strip steak, and that
That's what I do with salmon 2 times
night
on my high
and
days.
day,
Today
night
again,
and
salmon
day.
steak.
I feel so much better, and I
Nice.
almost am happy I went through that like hard phase or hard times, because now like doing anything else is easy. Like this is a breeze right now.
Yeah, that's a good
Now
thing,
I feel
right?
better. Yeah.
We
So
grow stronger from it. Like we get a harder shell. Yeah.
yeah, and I'm having more carbs. I started throwing in some potatoes.
Oh, awesome.
And that's been helping because it's a lot, the whole volume thing, right? It's so, you get a decent amount of potatoes, so it's a little bit
That's
more
good.
satiating, and it's not that many carbs. So yeah, I'm liking it, man. I'm feeling good going into this last week before we peak. So
And then the peak week starts, right?
yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited because yeah, it's just I feel like I've been dieting for so long, bro.
So and you continue dieting after the show, or you will like reverse into the other shows, or what is you already have an idea?
He didn't tell me, but what he did tell me was because I didn't ask really, because I just been trying to stay like week to week really, and just sticking with this first show. But the second show, like in October, he says we're gonna start eating up in October. So
Oh, so that's soon.
I'm
Like that's
assuming,
yeah.
yeah, I'm assuming right after this show, I'll probably have like a cool meal or two, probably
Mm.
just one good meal with the family or whoever's at the show, and then straight back Sunday. I plan to just go straight back into the low, and yeah, we eat up, and then we have like 2 more weeks until Mr. America.
Now you will feel way better when you eat up for sure.
Yeah, exactly. I think I won't be 100 at the Pro Universe, to be honest, the Natural Mania, but
Yeah,
I'll definitely be good enough. I'll definitely be ready, but not at
that's
100.
East
I think
America, and
yeah,
then
I think the eating up will be Mr. America will probably be I'll be good, and then
awesome.
Worlds will be really really good.
Those 3 shows planned for you: the Mr. Universe, the
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah,
America,
once
and
a
what?
month. That's what we had planned. I think it's good with I don't know. I think the 3 shows is good.
Yeah, 3 to 4. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Because other than that, like I don't know. I don't want to do too many shows back to back.
Awesome,
So yeah, man.
awesome.
That's pretty much in a nutshell what's going on with me. Well, what about you, man? I
There you
think
go.
you're a little bit far off,
Awesome.
but you're getting ready early. So
Getting ready
not
early,
as
man.
early as last time, but you're fucking. It's coming, man.
It's
We see.
coming now.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So what's up?
yeah,
What's going on?
prep is going good. Like so far, we only made like honestly just 2 changes during the prep, like just straight at the beginning where we made like a little change. Like the
Yeah,
first 2 weeks, sometimes we realized okay, this was a little too high, so we reduced a little bit to be in like losing within like man like very slowly. We lost about 300 grams a week for the most part of prep, and now we made a recent change 2 weeks ago where we went from 4 low days to 5 low days. So before I had 4 low days, 3 high days, and now I'm at 5 low days, 2 high days. And this alone, with having all the same like calories, just like one more low day, made huge changes. So I also believe we don't need to make any other change than that. So this will prep only took 2 changes at all. So I believe now I can just go for it like 4 to 5 weeks, and I think I'm ready within the next like 4 weeks or so. And yeah, so now the fun part starts. So I'm now at like 67.2 kg. So I have around like man, just another 1.5 to 2 kg to lose, like 4 pounds, I believe,
yeah.
roughly to be ready. So now it's getting also a little bit harder. So
Yeah.
I mean it's still like relatively easier than my 2021 prep. So
I see that, bro. You're not even hungry.
that is the thing, man. Yeah, like just
Hungry.
a little bit in the evening. the thing what I have sometimes is like a little bit of lower energy waves in the evening, you know, like where you're a little like, oh, I don't want to get up from the couch and stuff.
Yeah.
I have this a little bit, but yeah, compared to my 2021 prep, I would say right now the difficulty is a 3 out of 10, which is crazy.
That's
like
insane.
2021, it was at this point, I would say a 6 to 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think this has also to do because of like different jobs. Now I work online as a coach. Before I was a bartender, I worked at nighttime, like not nighttime, but until like 11, 12 p.m. But you know, when the energy is so low in the evening and you need to be a little stressed making drinks and stuff, man, this was freaking killing.
Less
I think my
stressful.
recovery as well. And then also like my sleep wasn't as good. So I was always after work on my phone right before sleep. So now again, like no screen time. So I have way better sleep this time. So I think this alone helps a lot. And then just like having a harder shell, it's kind of like knowing what to expect, right? It's like every time we do something, I think the first time or like it's always the hardest, and the second time is always easier, whatever it is, right? If you get a tattoo, the first time is like very nervous, very much more painful than the second time usually. So I think that's similar to prep. So with that being said, like my the macros, like on my high days 2007 to 2900, on my low days 2001 to 2350. My protein range is 150 to 180, like same what you had, but I also focus on the mid end. On my high days, I even try to be a little on the lower end. Like you said, I feel also better with some more carbs and fats. So my fats I keep on my low days between 30 to 40 grams. On my high days, I go even up to like 60 or some 60, 50, 60, something around that.
Dude,
so
makes a huge difference.
Yeah, because I think with the protein, it's a waste at some point. At some point, we just like feel shit because we eat so much. We are already above that threshold for muscle retention, and we could eat more carbs or fats, what makes us feel better. And I think that's a huge mistake if we eat like way too much protein once we get super shredded, like from a like feeling perspective and all that. And even recovery for sure. So I would always say, hey, carbs are the main, let's say, energy source for training. So I would say keeping protein just there where it's like we maintain muscle max to the max, and then filling it with more carbs. I think it's way better for muscle retention.
Yeah, man.
And the feeling. And sleep as well. I think like for sleep, like good amount of carbs are also is very good, and fats obviously. So all in all, it's going good. Training is going also very well. I went down to 4 days training, and I think I will keep that during my off season as well. I like 4 days. It's like Berto said one time, it's like you look forward to each training session, and your recovery is also better. So I like that. So
I might switch.
Doing a lot of partial stuff, so I don't move much weight, just because also like, hey, our joints, connective tissue is way more sensible when we get lean. So I try to be as weak as possible. Like I try to make the movements as hard as possible, so I don't need to move so much load to keep my joints happy.
That's another huge thing. Yeah,
huge thing, man.
Not holding on to like certain weights.
Exactly. So, man, I think that's more. In regards to the shows, man. So that's one thing. Like, man, 5 weeks now, like 5 weeks, 6 days before the first show, and this is in Austria, the AMBF Natural Elite Pro. So that's my first, technically my pro.
What's the date?
It's on 21 October. 21st October.
Okay. 21.
Then 1 week later, I'm doing the DFAC European Pro Championships. So I want to see how that goes. I saw the DFAC has some very good competitors, like David Kay and
all the heavy hitting ones.
All the heavy hitting. And then
I talked to Barack. He's doing all those, right?
He's doing them as well,
Yeah.
Except the AMBF, I think he's not doing, but he's doing the DFAC. And then 1 week later, so I'm competing back to back to back, the WMBF Iron Valhalla Pro in Germany. So this will also be huge. And then 2 weeks later, WMBF Pro Worlds in Seattle.
Yeah. Oh man, that's gonna be so fun, man.
And all bro shows, bro. And the thing is, 3 of them are open, so there's no weight classes. So this will be. That's why I need to be a freaking 100% to as a lightweight man, bantam.
Yeah, you
will. If we are not at 100% super shredded, I think at open pro shows there's no chance. Like
exactly. Yeah, especially the
to
open,
be
like you
super.
said, because you're in the smallest weight class. So,
Yeah,
and you
and
definitely
it's
could
like
win.
directly an overall
That's the
technically.
crazy
Yeah,
thing. You can definitely win, and that's gonna be cool to see, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for all of us.
this
Shit.
will be sick. Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
When do you go out to Germany? Like
Uh,
you
oh, very soon in about 2 weeks, man.
oh, okay, and then you're just staying out there
Yeah,
till the show.
yeah, like
To
three
the end
weeks
of
out, so I get
September.
settled with the jet lag, with
Yeah,
everything.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hell yeah,
so
man. Damn.
yeah,
Damn.
this will be
We're
cool.
coming, man. So yeah,
I mean,
for me it's in 2 weeks we start, and then I do another one in 2 weeks, Mr. America, and then I think from Mr. America it's maybe 3 weeks. From Mr. America, I think it's the 7th to the 8th of October. Yeah, so it's like about a month. Yeah. When is Worlds again? The 17th, right? Oh yeah, so it's like 3 months.
18th, 19th,
Yeah,
18th,
yeah.
just 19th pros.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got to
it's a,
book. Well, I mean, I'll book it, obviously. The Airbnb and stuff.
oh, the Airbnb. Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah. Hopefully, hopefully we can get someone in there because we got an extra bed. Your girl's coming, right?
Yeah,
Okay. So yeah. So there's gonna be, if we get that one Airbnb, it's gonna be one room, like the master room. You could have that with your girl probably, and then the room I'll be in,
yeah.
it's a 2 bed. So I'm like, all right, if we can get
Maybe
someone.
get someone else. Barak would
Yeah.
be cool. Of Fabian, Fabian,
Yeah.
if he's
Yeah,
coming.
I don't know. I'm not friends with them, so I only know Barracks, but he said he doesn't know if he's gonna come, so he'll let me know. But yeah. We'll see. We'll
Awesome.
see. But yeah, I'm excited, man. It's gonna be fun, bro. Shit.
Awesome. What is your goals this contest prep? Like besides like the
I
obvious goal of
Dude,
being our previous version, what are like the competition goals?
yeah, so for me, like realistic goals, I want to get this pro card, man, this first show. If I could get it, that would be, I mean, there's a few reasons. Like this is the first, so the Natural Mania is my first ever show in 2012. Like first ever bodybuilding show. I didn't know what the fuck I was
11 years
doing.
ago.
Yeah, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I'm like, all right, it gave me a goal, right? To like just
Yes.
stay in the gym and be consistent. So I was like, let me just do this bodybuilding show. So I ended up doing that show. So this kind of holds a little bit of weight, you know what I mean? It's my first bodybuilding show. And if I could come
Holy.
back like 10 plus years later and win it, that would be amazing. But you know how it is. It depends who shows up. So I'm realistic with it. But after that, I'm doing the amateur Mr. America. If I could win that, that'd be dope.
Would be sick. It's
Because
very
I'll be ready.
competitive.
So I think it would. It's possible, right? But you never freaking know. And then if we don't get the pro card, or let's say if we do get the pro card, then we get on stage together. That'd be dope. Get
This
my
would be
ass whipped by you. But no, it's just to be a fun experience. Because I understand, when I get that pro card, I don't expect to do much. I'll see my potential this year, but I understand like there's levels to the shit. So like I think getting the pro card this year is a goal, and then taking a long break, maybe like 2 years off, or I
2026.
said 1 year because I do get bored, but like this was a rough year. Like man,
Yeah,
this
I
was
gotta see. Yeah, we definitely need to compete 2026 with GF.
yeah, exactly. So that's what I want to line up for. But it's a long time from now, right? So
3 years. It's a
yeah,
long
three
off.
years, 3 years, yeah. So yeah, this year was rough. So like I don't know. I definitely don't want to compete next year.
Hmm.
Um and
Maybe
I want to take
2025,
off. So
2026.
I'm just gonna take it year by year. I say I want to take a long off season, maybe because if I do take a long off season, I might as well just wait till 2026. Like I'm not gonna do 25 and 26. If I'm gonna do something, take off next year and then come back in 25.
Yeah.
Oh no, come back in. Yeah. Oh shit. So if I take off next year, 24, yeah, shit, then I might as well just take 2 years off till 26, which wouldn't be bad. Or
Yes.
compete back to back years in 25 and 26.
That's what I plan. I want to compete this and
It
next
really
year. So
depends. It depends how
I'm
the
lined
gaining
up.
goes
Yeah.
in life,
Yeah.
man, because this was rough, man. This was a rough year.
Yeah,
Shit,
it's
all the shit
depending
I
how
went through.
stressed the prep is, right? If it's really killing you, it's definitely smarter to take some more time off.
Yeah. It's just like a lot of outside stuff, not even like prep, just like outside stuff too that I was going through. Like I got injured at the beginning of prep, and then
Oh yeah.
I cousin passed away in the right before I got injured, and then freaking my grandma passed away. You know, it was just a lot of shit that I didn't even process, and I just been so lasered in on just what I have to do
Yeah.
just certain things didn't really process yet. You know what I mean? And
The
yeah.
stress underlying. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, yeah, and I just been so focused on prep, not to be like prep is the only thing I've been, focused on,
Mm,
but yeah, it's been a big part of life, you know what I mean? So,
awesome.
oh, it's been taking up big part of life. So,
Yeah,
um,
it's like feeling like having a second job, right? It's like
yeah,
that's what I like about being on a mission. That's what I like about
yeah,
that.
yeah. And
Like,
here's the thing, it's like, because I always hear a lot of people like saying our team 3DMJ, they're big advocates of like, if this is taking over your life and you shouldn't be doing it, or I don't know if they say that, but they say, it shouldn't be like taking over your life, right? But
yeah, maybe
for me,
just
it's
at the
like
digging
when
period
I'm
to some extent, right? But
yeah,
that's it.
when I'm competing, bro, like I'm gonna like leave it all out, especially if I'm dieting hard, and like I'm gonna like really like leave it out there, because the thing is like if I half ass it and be like,
Oh,
um yeah, just half ass it. Like at the end, I'm just gonna look back and be like, damn, I would be mad at myself. You know what I mean? I'd be like, oh, I could have done this better. I could have looked better. I could have done this better. You know what I mean? I don't want to like have stones unturned like that.
you
Where like
definitely need to get uncomfortable. That's for sure.
yeah,
That's
exactly. So
that's for sure. Mm.
yeah, balancing it with life is tough. That's why I don't man, I give hats off to people that have kids and a family. That's tough, man. That's why you see like physiques start to fade. You know what I'm saying? Like great physiques and start to fade because like I think there's just other distractions
Other
in just
priorities,
life.
like
Yeah,
I
other
think if you're
priorities,
like, yeah,
and it makes sense,
if
right?
you have no kids, no family, and all that, you
Exactly.
can be way more selfish. You can be really
Right,
like
and that's where I'm trying to get
going
to.
all in.
Exactly,
So
that's what I mean. So I know
you have
you get
always
what I'm
good
saying, but I'm
sleep,
trying
you
to like
always have good training, you have everything like textbook basically. Like,
yeah, just live
yeah.
the bodybuilding
And it's
lifestyle.
honestly priorities, like you said, man. Like I think like having a family is a great thing, and
Exactly.
it's priorities, man. Like what, yeah.
Yeah,
So
while
it
we're young,
always takes
we
the
don't have
hit in
kids.
life, right? Like we
Yeah,
can't have everything.
while we're
Yeah.
young, we don't have kids yet. You know what I mean? It's like get it in and go hard. And then, I do plan on competing till like for a long time, but it's like when realistically, I know when I have kids and stuff like that and a family of my own, like it's gonna be tough. Like I don't, I'm gonna be like one of those guys that's like, yo, you know, if you feel like shit and you can't do, you can't, you're, I don't know, you know what I
Mm,
mean? Like just like,
totally.
yeah, if you can't balance life with bodybuilding, you shouldn't be bodybuilding type of thing. But yeah,
I think prep is no balance at some point. I think prep is extreme. That's
yeah, if
like
you want to do well, right? I
if you
think,
want to do well, that's definitely an extreme sport. Yeah, it's
yeah.
definitely like it has sacrifices to take for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's what I'm trying to get to without like couldn't really put into words, but yeah, you get it.
Not just a walk through the park. Like even if you're super experienced, I think there will be parts where you're like,
Still
ugh.
sacrifices, right? Yeah, like you're still
Yeah.
sacrificing certain things at certain points. Um,
Yes.
yeah,
Especially social occasions. That's what I feel during prep. I become way more introverted. I'm like, I don't want
exactly.
to go out. I don't want to
That
meet
too.
people. That's a big thing for me. I
Yeah,
become really much a hermit. Like kind of like I
yeah,
just want to be home, train, read books, play video games. That's it.
yeah. Yeah, that's a perfect example actually. I didn't think of it because yeah, I just didn't think of it, but that's a perfect example. I don't like I try to hang out, but like I try to limit it because it's like being outside, quote unquote,
Yeah.
like outside, like drink it,
Yeah.
bar type parties and shit. It's like it's not my scene anymore. You know what I mean? Like it's like
Yeah. Same,
not
same.
optimal. I mean, because here's the thing, it's like it has to be a balance, but it's like when I'm out there too long, it's like why I end up thinking to myself like why like this is not helping me
Yeah,
develop.
like I could do something better with my time.
Yeah. But then when it's family stuff, then I have to like kind
That's
of
the,
be involved. But then there's just so much family shit. There's a lot of stuff that I missed like this year because I was just too tired from prep. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like I was having a rough time the past like when I hit 8 weeks out, like anything after that, even like 9, 10, it was still like certain days was like it was up and down. It was a roller coaster, especially and just in hindsight, a lot of it I think was the caffeine. I was just like living off of caffeine. If I didn't go crazy with the caffeine, I think I would have been good.
That's what I did last prep in 2021, and that's what I tried this time to limit as well. Like
Yeah.
I was freaking addicted, man. Like
Mhm.
last prep, dude, I had days where I had like 3 monsters a day or something like that.
Damn, last prep was
Yeah,
bad. Like I was, yeah, that's when I started going through like emotional phases and shit.
yeah, everything. But I
Yeah,
look
like
back and I still see the positive, man. I still see like sometimes you need to go through that rough periods to learn from it, kind
exactly.
of. So knowing like, yeah,
Yeah.
so
And that's part of
yeah,
gathering data, right? Like
shadowing
last go
data, yeah.
around to me was just like a whole just like gathering data. And even for you, I feel like now it's so much easier for you because you and Berto kind of nailed it. Like you know your thresholds, you know what I mean? Everything. You know what
That's
weight
a big part, yeah.
the weight you need
And
to
also what I
be.
would like to mention maybe is like the changes I do this prep compared to last prep, what makes it easier. I feel like it's again also with the caffeine. So now I just have like, let's say like a Red Bull in the morning for now. And
Mhm.
before I had like monsters at like 5, 6 p.m. still. So
Yeah,
this was
exactly.
like one big thing.
Yep.
So I have this now and the pre-workout, but nothing crazy. I actually reduced my pre-workout like from like 400 milligrams to like 300 milligrams. And I don't feel it impacts my sleep or anything. So that's why I think it's fine for me to just take a pre-workout and all that. I think if you sleep good, all that, and you don't have a big crash, it's fine. But if once you feel like the sleep gets impacted, I think, or if you have to train later in the day, I always train like
Yeah.
nearly first thing in the morning. So I don't have any caffeine after, let's say, 12 p.m. So that's one thing. And also with the food, like a big difference now is like I have way less diet drinks. Like last prep I had like dude, like on some days like 2 or 3 liters of diet drinks, man. Like
Yeah.
or like this time I have maybe 1 or 2 cans. So I have maybe like half a liter a day sometimes, sometimes nothing at all with diet drinks. So this helps. And also like with the food, even keeping it more simple. Like this helps me a little, like not thinking a lot about it. Still eating like now my vegetables, my fruits, but not trying to think about ways to make it much, much easier. Like
Yeah.
last time I tried like, okay, what's some diet hacks, some secret sauces, some
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
some volume games, and then
Yeah.
unconsciously I think we get more food focus, right? Because we
Yeah.
think like, let's make it as easy as possible, and then the food focus starts. And now if we just stick to our meals, don't even think about it, I think this makes it also easier.
Yeah, for sure.
It's the
Yeah, yeah.
changes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and training less volume, so yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's another change that you mentioned that I did too.
For
In the
days I
beginning of
think it
prep,
makes different.
I was doing like I was training at night
Yeah.
a lot. And then I switched it up. I'm like, all right, let me just start training in the morning, in the afternoon, and get it out the way. Now that's how I go. Like I get everything I need to get done, like in regards to like prep, like steps, training, all that posing. I get it all done before like 3, 2, 3. So I'm
Yeah,
done
where
with
we have the
everything.
most
Yeah, and then
energy.
I don't have to worry about it anymore. After like a certain time. So
How many steps and cardio are you doing now?
no cardio. I just get he wants me to reach like 7 to 8K steps, but I end up going over. Because what I do is like
Mhm.
I'll do like 30, 40 minutes on the treadmill
Nice.
after training, just walking, and then that pretty much
Oh,
covers
that's
like
true.
7, 8K. And then
Like
whatever
as a
after
warm up.
that,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever after that. I'll warm up like I do warm ups before training. I'll probably like get on the bike for 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Or I'll walk. But yeah, after workout, I just get it in. I just walk for like 30 minutes because I have energy. You know what I mean? Energy's adrenaline's still kind of pumping. So I'm not really feeling like hungry or anything. Um, because it's tough when you're like hungry and you have to get steps in. You have to go walk outside. You know what I mean? Or whatever you do. Yeah. So when you're super
Totally.
tired. So I try to get everything in before because once around 6 o'clock, that's when my energy just shot. Like I don't even feel like
Yeah,
doing
that's the same. I think that's
it. Yeah.
for most people. Yeah, at 6, you just want to chill, watch some Netflix.
Yeah, exactly. Once 8:30, 9 o'clock hits, I'm getting ready for bed and just yeah. That's another thing with the caffeine that helped my sleep a lot. So I've
Yeah,
been
I can
getting like
imagine,
over
man.
8 hours now. Before
Yeah,
I was
me
like
too. Like
sleeping.
8 to 9 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
so
good.
before I was like 7.5, and then some days will be even less, like 5 hours
And
sometimes.
I was 6 to 7 hours last prep, man,
Yeah, yeah.
because I couldn't sleep more, but now I can. And I
Yeah,
think
it's
that's also like
crazy,
with the
man.
routine.
So it's night and day with like what are the differences? Let's talk about that. Like differences that from this prep to last prep. So it's like the caffeine was a big thing.
Yeah.
Um, what else last prep did you do differently?
Uh, yeah, with the food, with the less diet drinks,
Yeah.
the
I think
better
you
sleep
were more hungry
routine.
last prep though than you were this
Oh,
one.
definitely, yeah.
Yeah,
But I also was ready like much earlier, so I think this plays a part. I think once
that's
you are
true.
ready very early,
Yeah,
your hunger hormones take a hit. So even if you gain a little body fat back after, it's harder to
still
get
hungry.
down there again because once your body is in high alert, it's in high alert state. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why Birdie and me we planned this prep day to be way like 2 weeks out ready maybe before the first show instead of like 8 weeks out like last time to
Shit, you were
not
10
be in
weeks
that
out. I
state
remember that
longer.
shit.
Yeah, to not be in that state longer than need be, because I think with eating up, ready early is good, but like not too
Yeah,
early. If I think if we are ready too early, the body is in that high alert, like hormonal compromised state for a long time, and I think the hunger gets a little worse and worse during because it's all the time. Body's like, okay, you are near death while you are starving right now, so.
yeah.
So this time I'm still above that danger zone, but I think I will enter it in the next like 2 weeks for
Yeah,
sure.
probably
Where
like
I'm in
5 weeks
this,
out, 4 weeks out. Yeah. That's
yeah,
pretty much
that
what we did.
state.
We were just chilling for a while. I think if I didn't have caffeine though, like from the beginning, I would have been so much better.
Now you know for next
Before the
prep
day.
though.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
we
Before the
always
day.
improve.
Exactly. And as much as last prep was like what I felt was like a lot of just data collecting, I think even this prep is data collecting. So next go
I
around,
think every prep,
I'm
right?
already
Yeah.
thinking about it's crazy because I didn't even do a show yet, and I'm already thinking about gaining. I'm already thinking about like how I'm gonna do this better next time.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful thing, but like it's also important to just like stay in the now too, and that's where I'm trying to. That's what I've been trying to do because every time I see giraffe and stuff, I'm like, damn, I want to be gaining too because you just want to be getting bigger and especially as we get leaner, we start to see like we get exposed, our flaws start to get exposed, and you start to see like, oh, I could get better in this, I can improve in this area.
Weaknesses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, but yeah, just been I want to, I'm excited to gain, but I've been trying to just stay in like the now, you know what I mean? Because I didn't even do a show yet, and I'm thinking about fucking gaining and exiting and how we're gonna do this exit plan into the gaining phase and my next prep, when that's gonna be and all that stuff. So uh
Yeah. Bodybuilding is a lot of future planning always, right?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. But yeah, 2 weeks. I'm it's starting
yeah.
to hit now, especially because shout out to Phil. He just got his pro card today.
Oh, Phil got his pro card.
Yeah. Yeah, he
So
did.
that.
So he won second in the overall, and apparently they give first and second overall pro cards. So he won a pro card today.
So he will be at Pro Worlds.
Yeah, he'll be at Pro Worlds. Yeah, and
He
he's
will
gonna
be
be
with me
when we do
on stage.
Naturomania, he's gonna be a
He's a
pro.
middleweight, right?
Yeah, they bumped him to middleweight. It
Oh,
worked out
damn. So
good
he
for
won.
him. It worked out good for him
Yeah.
because the guy that won overall, he was sick as hell. He looked real good, and he was in the lightweight. So if he was in his
Damn.
lightweight class, he wouldn't even have made it to the overall, and he wouldn't have
So
had a
Phil will be,
chance.
wow, like world's pro middleweights then, right? He won't be with me on
No,
stage.
no, no, no. He's not gonna be middleweight, is he? Wait,
Uh,
how does it work? It works based off of what you weigh at the worlds, right? Or
yes,
yeah.
What you weigh?
Now
Yeah.
I think they just didn't have enough people, so they only
Oh,
have
so it's usually
no,
lightweight.
they didn't even have a bantam. They had light, middle, and then heavy, and so they
Mm.
bumped him. I think he's like only like 155 or
Oh,
something.
then he will be lightweight with me at
Yeah, so
Worlds.
he'd be lightweight.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be lightweight. And yeah, I think we'll be bantam. I think I'll be in the bantam. For sure.
Nice.
I'll be on that little edge. I could probably choose if I want to be at the low end of the lightweight or high end of bantam. I'd rather just be bantam because it's like I don't really.
Let's see if there's a Bantam Worlds,
See.
Pro Worlds this year.
For
Who
sure.
knows?
There has to be, right?
I hope so. It
Was there last
wasn't like
year?
2 years now. Last year
Oh yeah,
wasn't,
there
no.
was none. There was just a big
Only
lightweight.
pro, only light, middle, and heavy. Yeah.
Yeah.
but I don't care. I think
I
like
know, I
if
know.
it's
Yeah.
them or light,
Insert you into last year's lineup, you would have took that, I think. No, no
the
knock on anyone else, but that's just my biased opinion.
let's see how it goes this year, man. I think it will
Yeah,
be even more competitive. So
yeah, man. Yo, we have a
yeah.
few questions, right?
Oh yeah, let's do that. Yeah, man.
Did you take pictures of them?
Let me see.
We got some fan questions, some viewer questions. I know Dirk, you said you took a screenshot of them, or we could go on
Yeah,
the
it was just I think 4 questions, I believe. Let me
yeah,
see.
or we could just go back on the Instagram.
All right. So the question's been tips with mood when energy is low.
The
You think
tips for to boost
how
your
to get a
mood.
better mood when the energy is low. So I would say the basic thing is accepting it,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
seeing it as part of the process, like knowing, like sometimes also with the hunger, it's like how to not get moody with if you have a lot of hunger. I like to see that as like that's what you want during prep, right? Like at some point, obviously with a strategy, we want to minimize it still, but when it comes, we want to accept it and seeing it as like, okay, this is a part to get shredded. So if you want to get super lean, super shredded, we need to feel low energy at some point. We need to feel super hungry at some point. If we don't, we know we won't be shredded. And there's no matter how good your genetics are, you can't get super shredded without feeling like shit at some point. And
yeah,
that's why I say when you feel like shit, it's like, oh yeah, shit. I even like look forward to that. I know, okay, damn, now I'm starting to get where I want to be. I think it's the same with everything in life. If you want to be like with anything super successful, there's always like a part where you're like, yeah, a sacrifice, so to speak.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
accepting that sacrifice, you get like to that highest levels, I think.
Yeah, I
Instead of
agree. I
avoiding
think
it.
also too it has to there got to be a little bit of context there because I think if you're in like if you're 20 weeks out and you just started and you start feel like
That's what I
shit,
mean. That's not
like
good. Yeah.
that's a red flag, right? And
Yes.
there's got to be something some underlying issue there. But if you're like 4 or 5 weeks out, you just know it's it's coming, you know
That
what I mean?
part.
Yeah,
At 4 or 5 weeks out, you need to look forward to it.
it's
It's like,
relative,
okay,
but like yeah, it's gonna suck and you just gotta accept it. I mean, your mood, you just have to always I think so my biggest thing with these changes, right? Because I've been up and down with like mood and
yeah.
energy levels. My biggest thing is just always keeping a positive attitude. And I talked about it in one of my vlogs when I was going through it, right? Because there was that withdrawal phase that I was going through with the cat when I completely cold turkey went from like 500 milligrams of caffeine a day to zero. Those few days leading up in like right after like
Mm.
or right when I did it, the first few days I had to like kind of like those that tweener phase where like the adjustment phase, I was
Yeah.
getting like withdrawal headaches. It was bad. Energy was just way more like just shot uh more than usual. And it was just getting used to it and just keeping a good attitude because like I would go to the gym and it would be hard to just get my ass in the gym and then to actually do the workout was
Mm.
rough. Like I had to just mentally like lock in. And at first I was like crying about it. I'm like, oh, like, I'm about to just go buy a
Yeah.
pre-workout. I'm gonna, I feel like shit, blah, blah, just feeling bad for myself. But as I started moving and just locking into the workout and just, changing my attitude, that kind of like changed everything. It made it a lot easier. I felt, and then I got the workout done, felt way more better while I was doing it, you know what I mean? And yeah, felt accomplished afterwards. And then I used that same mentality going into the next day of training, and it helped so much just being confident and just being like you, because I
Mindset
feel
matters a
like
lot.
yeah, at certain points I almost felt like I was relying on the caffeine to get these workouts in. So I'm like, fuck, I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah.
need this shit. You know what I mean? Like how do I take out caffeine completely? And yeah, I think just coming to the gym or just starting your day with a good attitude. Uh and that has to do with you, you know what I mean? Like you control that. You know what I mean? You control like your attitude, like how you approach things. It's like you could either be like, "Oh, I'm gonna have a shitty day," or you can mentally tell yourself like, "I'm gonna have a great day." You know what I mean? I'm gonna do my best, and I'm gonna
How
do
you
my
start
best
the day,
moving
yeah.
forward. Yeah, and I think that's how you kind of have to attack it when you're digging. Um, yeah, just
Yeah.
have a good attitude, man, and just accept it, like you
Good
said, like
attitude,
you put
being present as well. Like
yeah,
That
Exactly.
helps a lot as
Exactly.
well. Yeah.
What is the next
All
question?
right.
Yeah, that's pretty
Next one,
good.
the other one we already covered with like main difference between last year, this year's prep. Supplements must use on diet and off season. So I would say there's no must with supplements, obviously, but there's some supplements worth taking. So I would always say the creatine. I would say like whey, if you see it as a supplement, way easier to hit your protein target. So I
Yeah, a
think
lot of
like
people have a problem with getting protein intake too. So whey protein, I think, is
I think
up there with
60 to
a must.
70% of my protein is whey per day, like
Yeah, yeah.
60%. I
Same,
think it's a
yeah.
great amino acid profile. It's like,
Yeah,
and I think
yeah,
especially with whey, like you don't need to worry at all if your protein is a little lower because it has such a good amino acid profile,
yeah,
like
yeah.
with leucine and all that. So yeah, whey, creatine. I would say omega-3 fish oil if you don't eat too much
Yep.
fatty fish. Vitamin
Multivitamin.
D if you live like in a cold count, like with or don't have much sun exposure.
Yeah,
What else? Like sleep supplements, I would recommend, but also everything is not a must. It's just
yeah.
like depending on the situation, right? So
Exactly, exactly. You don't need anything, but definitely just creatine and whey protein, I'd
I
say.
would
And a
say creatine and
multivitamin.
whey. Yeah,
Oof.
multivitamin. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like melatonin for sleep. Yeah.
Speaking of melatonin, you remember I was taking melatonin, it wasn't
Yeah,
doing anything.
dude.
I was taking
Oh,
like
that
10 milligrams, remember?
maybe you're not a responder,
I think it was
non-responder to
because of the
melatonin.
caffeine, probably. I was just so
Maybe,
stimulated.
man.
I'm gonna try it
Maybe.
tonight.
But yeah,
See
all
how
in
that
all,
goes.
creatine and whey, I would say it's the only two where I would say definitely worth investing your money and makes life much easier with whey. And creatine definitely has a huge like impact on strength increase, also like muscular like water where you get a little bit more puffy.
Yeah. In the
Like
off season, I'm not gonna lie, for me to eat a lot, I smoke weed.
yeah, this can
A
help
little
too,
bit of
bro.
ganja to get the munchies, because
Yeah.
it helps me eat more, pretty
I
much.
can
But I
imagine
don't,
that
if you
stuff.
don't want that stuff, you don't have to mess with that stuff. It's legal in New Jersey, but
It's
um
legal in Thailand now
oh
too.
yeah, now it is too, right? I
Yeah.
heard.
But I never did it, so I don't know.
I'm coming in Thailand next year, just so you know.
Oh yeah, bro, we should, man.
Yo, there's so much cool shit in Thailand, man.
Yeah, you should come, and then I line it up with Brian from Hong
Yeah,
Kong as well.
yeah, and
Alberto
Gary,
maybe want to come. Alberto is judging next year somewhere. He said in
and
China.
Gary,
So,
get Gary to come real quick.
yeah, we want to move here. Yeah, and
Yeah,
imagine this would be a great squad.
yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, let's get to this last
So
question.
last question is the current training split and training volume per session. So yeah, current split upper lower for me, like 2 times upper, 2 times lower. Training volume. So I like with the lower sessions, one is more quad dominant, one is more hamstring dominant. Training volume per session is like what is the I go with sets as my volume. So I think it is like my first upper body day is like one. It's like 7 sets. 7 sets. My leg day is like 6 sets or like 4 sets and 1 set abs, 1 set dumbbell curls again. Then the upper 6 sets. So you can say like 6 to 7 sets for me per session. And the sets are anywhere between 2 or 3 sets. 2 or 3 sets. Oh, so no, sorry. 6 to 7 movements. Fuck. Not 6 to 7 sets. 6 to 7 movements and everywhere 2 or 3 sets. There we go.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we're both coached by Alberto Nunez, so it's very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of
most of our stuff is
partials,
similar.
into partials,
Yeah,
everything into
exactly.
failure
Yep, yep.
partials. Yeah.
So yeah, I see both of our stuff is very similar. I'm running 5 days a week though, so 3 upper, 2 lower. You used to do that,
Yeah.
but then he
It's
lowered
nice.
it. I'd love to lower it, but at this point, so it's okay. I don't mind it. The third
You
day is
maybe
just
can
like
ask
a
brother what he
volume day.
thinks.
Yeah, because I'm shot on
Mm.
Saturday, but so I just kind of go light and just move. You know what I mean? Get reps in. So it's fun. It's a cool
Mm.
pump day. But yeah, that's pretty much it, right? We'll end it here because I'm
Oh,
tired.
wait, that's it.
Bro, guys,
Sorry?
this I sleep early now. I'm in bed by like 9
Yeah, yeah,
o'clock.
I let you go sleep,
It's about to
bro.
be
It's
12
time.
a.m. right now.
It's
So,
time, man.
but
Awesome.
yo,
So yeah, that's mostly what I was thinking, bro. What we maybe can do. Maybe we line up a video with Birdo like in 3 weeks or something, right before we dig for the final shows to discuss.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. We could do one because I
Berto.
know it's a lot of people freaking you remember that time when we posted on the Natty Boys podcast Instagram, and a lot of people said they wanted to be on it, but it was just I was dying, so I couldn't even like schedule.
But now we
this.
both can do it.
Yeah, but definitely after prep, we're gonna fucking go crazy with the content. I think we'll have more time, and I could definitely stay up at like after 10. You know, that's the biggest thing, the time zones. So
in Germany though, it will be easy, bro. When I'm in Germany,
yeah. So we could definitely do that when you move to Germany. Yeah, we get Berto on for sure, Berto, before we do Worlds, and then maybe we can get some live stuff.
We should do at Worlds, man. Definitely a vlog. Maybe
so I'll bring my camera. I bought some mics recently, some real good expensive audio mics. So
what we can do at Worlds is a recap the day after in person.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, we're gonna do that.
This would
the
be
night
dope.
of, bro. Fuck it, we could do it the night of. Right after
with Berto together, with Berto, the coach.
Yeah, because everyone's gonna be there. You know what I mean? We could just film it real quick, and then people jump in and whatever. You know.
We should write down some ideas, maybe.
Yeah, no, we will. When it gets closer, we will. I think once we start, I think once it starts getting October, when it gets real, we'll start booking everything, and then
the hotel, the Airbnb. I still need to book my flight.
Yeah, but I booked my flight already.
Frankfurt is good airport to go there.
Yeah. So, and hopefully we can get like a third roomie, so it's a little bit cheaper, but it's still cheap, man.
Even still, compared to the hotel, what is it, 140 a night?
Yeah, with just us three, it's what, 1,200 from Tuesday to Monday, and then what is that? That's cheap. That's like what, 400?
Yeah, that's good. So you arrive on 14th, right? On
Tuesday morning, like 8 a.m.
Tuesday morning, 14th. Yeah, 13th November.
Yeah,
Tuesday. But I think I will also arrive on Tuesday. I think it should be fine with the jet lag for like 6 days. Yeah. 5 days.
Yeah. I'm getting there in the morning too, so I figured we can get like workouts in the afternoon or something. Like 8 a.m. I'm getting there, so
awesome.
Yeah,
so I think I get there as well.
We could plan some workouts. So if you guys are going to Worlds, we're gonna plan like a meetup at a gym or something. Just so we could link up with people, you know. We're obviously not gonna go hard like a week, you know what I mean, that week of the show, but we're you know, let's link up, let's chat, and we'd love to meet everyone and link up with just old friends and stuff. So
we make a post on Instagram as well, for sure.
Yeah, we will when it gets closer. I think we will. We should, for sure. But I'm gonna end it here, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. And now this has been another episode of the Natty Boys podcast. We're out. See you guys in the next video.
You guys.
Peace. All right. Bet. That was dope.
Got it, bro.
Nice, man.
Nice.